Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Orme, and today once again we are back to restart our FHM Franchise Hockey Manager 3 series. Now, I have taken over at the Regina Pats where we left off. We're at the default roster, so I've done a bit of work, bit of scouting. You know, some stuff I remembered from the previous series before the hard drive failure and the subsequent loss of save. And what I've come up with is, you know, a list of players, the squad in a view that I can sort of figure out who I need to play, replace, and where we really need strengthening. And then a list of players that we can trade for that will be among the better players in the league. And then, of course, there is the chance to go and grab some youngsters that might not be starting this season, but should be with us for a couple of years and might make a difference. So, I'm going to get some trading done, and we'll jump back after the trading's done. But for now, I just wanted to bring you through a little bit of the trades that I'd set up. Or rather, the trades that I could set up. So you see here, this is the roster. You got names in red, names in blue, and backgrounds in grey on some players. So I'm going to run you through exactly what my sort of system is for this. So let's zoom in a bit. So yeah, I had to zoom out a lot to take this screenshot. But this is kind of the starting squad as I see it. Starting goaltender is Hollett. He is great enough to start right now and be a major part in the future. He's young, he's good, he's gonna get better. I want someone better than him, but I'm not going to be too worried if we ran the season with Hollett, and I think years 2 and 3 he will do a fantastic job for us. Which basically means Brown, who's the same level but less potential and 2 years older, is available to trade, so that's why he's in red. Also Paddock, he's young but he's got no upside, so we'll package those two up and try and find a good goalie. So we're adding one to the goaltending area. So we want to sign a goalie. I want to sign a starting goalie that might leave this season. He might be 19 or so, but he's going to be amongst the best in the league. He's going to be a real rock to build the rest of the team upon. And then Hollett will come in next season, season after, into his own, ready for his draft time. Now, I do want to get the number 1 in the draft. That's not our draft, that's the NHL draft. I want one of my players in my time with Regina to be taken first overall in the NHL entry draft. Not really going to happen with the players we've got here. Nobody's quite good enough now, or the potential and young enough to get that done. So, you know, that might happen with the goalie I'm looking at bringing in, or another player I'm looking at bringing in. So, we'll get to those in a little bit. So, let's go on to the left defense, and you can see a little bit more of the rest of the team unfolding in front of you as well. We come to our first blue player, though. And some of you might know what this is, some won't, but I've got the asterisk on the side of the age as well. It's basically that these players are overage. And you're only allowed 3 overaged players in a WHL squad. So Harrison's 1, Liedl's 1, and down here Brooks is 1. So, you know, they are going to end up being overaged players. I can't bring in anybody else that will be 1, or I've got to give one of those 3 up. I have filled my allotted slots. So Harrison there, he's a good left defender, not great, and his potential is okay, but not fantastic either. So trading away him for a younger, better player, maybe a 4.5, would be a really nice sort of upgrade in ability, potential, age, and opening up an overage slot in case I need to add someone elsewhere. Now, at the moment, Harrison would be my number 1 left defenseman. Bruce, at 17, 2-4, would be number 2. And Williams, 15 years of age, already 2 ability, 3.5 potential. You know what? Great third line defenseman. So I'm happy with what I've got here. But ultimately, if I can keep Williams as a backup this season and put in someone that's better as a number one, I'd be happier. Plus, Harrison may or may not be traded, depending. So, at the moment he's in blue. I could have put him in blue or red, but for now, he's staying, so I'll have to look at that. Who's available, what kind of options I have, the pieces I have to trade away, and what I can get from other teams. So, there's going to be a lot to go into this. But if we move then on to the right defence, we come to our first greyed out player. Now, there's only two of them, Arl and Zabrowski. They are the foreign players, only two allowed. We've got them. They're both very good players, amongst the best in the team. And both currently, Wagner, I've listed him higher because he's actually not a foreign player, but that's the only difference you can see here. But Arl and Zabrowski are basically the best in their positions. So I don't feel a large need to take them out of the team, to trade them, to open up a spot for someone else. So largely I'm going to be looking at American and Canadian players only. That's what I'm looking at. But right defence looks lovely to start with. Schuyler, not bad, but not great. He is a decent backup, and that's all he'll need to be. Bartow, 4-star potential, 2 stars at 16. He can play third line time right now. If he's having a bad time, Schuyler can come in. But long-term, Bartow is going to grow with the team. That's nice. Now, Hobbs, 19, so he's coming towards the end of his time with us. But right now, him and Zabrowski, lovely 1-2 punch on the right side of the fence. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do this season. So, if I can get that first line left defenseman, maybe trade away Harrison and bring in someone better. Or maybe, bring in someone better and keep Harrison there. Then I think we're okay. We've already got some trading prospects. So, starting goalie, starting left defenseman, and we've already got our right defenseman in Zabrowski. So I'm happy enough there. On the left wing, again, I am happy. We do have Wagner. He is 3-star, 5-star. He will make a good starting left winger. Arl is a foreigner, but again, 3-5, 19. He is going to do the job this season. I'm happy enough with Liddell, but he is 20. That might be a piece we can move elsewhere, but we would have to then bring someone back. So at the moment, I know I've got some trades to make, so I'm not really highlighting Liddell or Harrison to be traded out just yet. So I'm going to hold off on those a little bit. Woods, 4th line, 2-star, I think is good enough. The potential's there to be decent, plus they're only 17, they're not that great, but they do have potential to grow. Gardiner and Holmes will be good on that left wing in the future for us, so I'd be happy enough to keep those around. So it's just a few trades I need to make to figure out how exactly we're going to do this, because we do need to get this down by 5 players. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means we've got, a few players that we can trade, but not many, really. We got like 3 players that I want to lose that we can trade, and then other people will have to move out so that we can trade to improve. That's going to be an interesting one for me. That is going to be an interesting one. But overall, I think that's quite a nice setup on left wing. We don't need to do too much there. I'm fairly happy. On the right wing, I'm not so happy. 2-star, not really good enough to be that first choice right winger. Future, Lochner and Zablocki look really, really nice. 4.5, 3.5 star potential. If they hit that in the next couple of years, that's a lovely 1-2 punch down the right, and I'm happy enough with that. Cole, at the moment, will be decent. Second, third line. Third line really. Zablocki maybe second line, just because of his potential. But I do need a starting right winger, and I think I need another winger in as well to really compete and maybe play second line, so Zablocki and Cole the third, fourth. You know, I'm looking at those. So maybe 2 right wingers I'm looking at. And yeah, I'm not really sure on centres too much right now. And I'll have to go into full screen here to see this a little better. Apologies if it's not really distinct, but that's kind of how it is, sadly. Yeah, we got a lovely 1-2 punch. Steele and Brooks. Again, Brooks is going to be overage, so maybe trading him out would be a nice option. If we can get another 5-star potential guy back, maybe with a 2-star ability, like a 17-year-old or 16-year-old, a 2-star, 5-star, that would be a nice player to trade out Brooks for. But at the moment, Steele, Brooks, Leschyshyn and Smith, I think is fine. Plus Crane for the future as a little bit of depth. I'm happy enough there. So I don't think we need to do too much at centre. But like I say, Brooks, Liddell, Harrison, because of their age, because they are not going to be huge players for us this season. Maybe Brooks more than the other two. But I really think that we can trade away those maybe. Buziak, too young. Not young enough, sorry. Not good enough. Henry, Alma may make it, may not make it, but at this point we can dump them and get something back, especially since we need 2 players down that right wing. And like I say, right defense, left wing, I think are fine. Left defense, trading away Harrison and picking up him, you know, picking up something for him, like a nice player to play first line time, grabbing in somebody else then, maybe just a young prospect. I'm happy enough with a 3-star ability, with the 2 stars, and then a youngster with 5-star potential maybe. I need to look around and see what we've got on the market in terms of defensemen that fit what I want to do. And I've made a starter. I've made a list, but I don't know who I can actually get. And goalies, like we say, a young starter there would solve a lot of problems. If I can get myself someone that's pretty good, maybe here this season, at most, possibly next season, and we'll move from there. So, we'll have a look then at the trade targets that I've looked at right now. So, very similar, but also you can see here the teams down the side, so who we'd have to go and trade with. Now, Ingram, 3.5-star ability, 5-star potential. Boy, does he look good. He's over at Kamloops. Skinner, though, I think might be the one I'd rather go for. He's younger. We might be able to keep him an extra year. And he's not that much worse. So that will give us a great 1-2 punch at goalie. Left defenseman. If I want to started left defenseman, I think any of these would play their part. Hajek is a Czech national, so he is a foreigner. Would not be able to include him unless I got rid of one of the other 2. So, you know, might not be able to get him there. Johansson, is that going to be a difficult pick? I think so. But Clegg and Anderson might be able to do some movement over there, bring in one of those, and really complete the left side of the defense. Foot, I'm a huge fan of Foot. I think he's a great player in the making. A little bit biased as an Avalanche fan. Knowing what, you know, defenseman and Foot in the same sentence can mean. So, good pedigree, good history with that name in Colorado. And I think that, Foot will turn out, you know, Cal will turn out to be a good player. And we could trade for him. I mean, that would free up maybe the chance to go get Hajek, because we could dump Zaborowski out to get Foot in, and I don't know. There's pieces of play, but, you know, that would be another tough pick out of Kelowna again. But it might be worth going for. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Left wing, the only player there that would interest me is Benson over at Vancouver. We don't need anyone in that role. Right wing, I mean, 2 players we need here, remember. To do what I want to do, there are 2 players I need to get at right wing. Now, Yamamoto is an easy one to pick. And then you've got Popogayev who is Russian, therefore foreign, and that throws a spanner in the works. So maybe we don't get Hajek, maybe we do dump Zorobovsky, get in. I don't know. I'm tempted, but I don't know if I can make these moves or not. But Yamamoto is definitely going to be a target. We're going to try and bring him in on that right wing, where I think he'll be a nice option. So if you can imagine him, Yamamoto, number one, Zablocki and Cole on the second and third lines, and maybe another 2-star ability guy on that line, on that right wing, would it would put this in good position, I think. I do think so. And then on to centres. Like I say, I'm not sure if I want to make any changes here. I could change people from centre to wingers and so forth. A couple of positional changes might solve some problems, but we do have great options here. Now, we got some, so many prospects. I've sorted them, of course. As a 19-year-old foreign player, Spacek goes right to the bottom of the list. But it's ability first, then by age, and then nationality if they are foreign below. So we open up with Nolan Patrick, no surprise. We got him in the other game. I want to go again and try and get him. I think he'd fit lively on that first line. Give us a real good punch down the middle, and he's going to get drafted. So, it's not too much of an issue. Maybe Holden be a better option. We could get a little bit younger, trade away our 20-year-old for an 18-year-old and not lose much there. Harkins, a bit too old maybe to do something with, but he does fulfill our requirements, which is 3-star ability, 5-star potential. So then we move on to 3-5s themselves. Youngest guys are Matthias, Rasmussen, and Belrivi. I'm pretty happy to pick up any of those. Gregor, Elenyuk, Dubé, Bradley, Estefan, Gordon, Morrison, all would be decent, would really give us options. So centre something I'm not worried about and we can make plays on. And then I looked at the prospects. So these guys are 5-star potential players. They don't yet have 3-star abilities, but they're 16 and under, and they are very good potentially. So left defense is only Smith over at Spokane, but he could play this season and be an impact for us. So maybe I want to load up on a couple of these young 16-year-olds. We could go over there to the Moose Jaw Warriors and pick up Wu for right defense maybe. Addison's there, he could be a decent option for the future. Alexiev, like say, Russian, foreign, don't really have the spot, so we're not going to go to the Red Deer Rebels and pick him up, I don't feel. Leopard is a decent option on the left wing, but maybe Foot is a better one since we won't have to use him this season. And again, is Foot, yeah, enough said on that name. Nobody on the right wing, which kind of sucks. That really does suck. We can't even go young there, so have to think another way. But then down the centre, 3 people that could play this season: Berzan, Anderson, Dolan, and Popovic. Stotts could just be there for the future. So that's my basic scout, and I've gone through, I've seen who we rate, who we don't rate, what options are out there, and then figured out inside our roster exactly what I want to do. There's no guarantees any of those trades will actually go through. There's no guarantees that even if they did, we'd have a good season. But right now, I'm thinking we lack a little bit in terms of depth. Now, potential, 4-star and above, we're doing good, There's a couple of goalies, there's a few defensemen, a couple of centres, and some right and left wingers just to mix in. We do need more right wingers. We do need more left defensemen. Those are our 2 areas. We could improve on goaltending using Brown as a trading chip, to get someone that's a better right now than Hollett, that maybe's only run for the year, and then Hollett takes over, like I said. The overage players, Brooks, the foreign players like Al and Zaborovsky. those are options to move out, I guess. I'm also thinking about players like Hobbs, who is contracted elsewhere. Do we move those out and just start afresh? So that would be Zurbowski as well, who we're not really... We wouldn't miss that much because we've got enough in defense. But yeah, a little bit better on the ability and just moving people around. I think that could put us in a really, really good spot. So it's not a bad roster. There are some better players out there, and I'm going to go try and make some moves. So like I say, Nolan Patrick, maybe one. I think it's Stuart Skinner, the goalie over at Lethbridge. I mean, I really think that he could be an option. And even if we have to give up Hollett to get him, I mean, it's the same age, but half a star more ability and potential. That might be a worthwhile trade to make. Other than that, I'm not too sure what I want to do. Maybe try and get Foot and trade out Zurbowski to actually just give us a little bit more sort of leeway in the team. We get younger, we keep the same ability again, and we manage to get rid of a foreign player. The overage players, there's a lot to think about and how to build this roster. I want to win from Season 1, and I want to give ourselves shots at being, you know, really developing the next few number 1 prospects. Those guys that are going to go number 1 in the NHL draft. It's not going to be easy, but come by next time to see exactly how I'm going to revamp this team. Last time it was Nolan Patrick up front. I think we went with Skinner as well. You know, Stuart Skinner was in the net for us. And a couple of other changes. So a few might be the same. Largely, I think it might be different because I can't remember exactly what I did last time. But we'll set up the team. This is kind of a hands-off management look as well. General manager, not coach. We're going to hire a backroom staff that will work as well. I'll look at that bit in the next video, but first, this playing staff, let's get that up to speed. So I hope you're going to enjoy this series, guys. It didn't quite get off the ground last time before the hard drive actually crashed. You know, I'm hoping for some big things, and yeah, I'm hoping as well to learn. I haven't played a lot of FHM3. Basically, what you saw in the last series is what I did. So, you know, I really like the look of the game. I still need to learn some aspects of it, and I'm really hoping that we'll have some fun along the way. Until next time, though, guys, take care of yourselves, behave, be nice, and keep your skates on the ice. I'll see you next time.